paid ads using Meta. So this is probably the module you've been waiting for. This is probably going to be the longest video in the course, probably the most valuable. And I'm going to give you a complete deep dive into the Meta Business Manager, how to understand the portfolio, how to create audiences and ad sets, pixels, campaigns, everything you need to successfully run paid ads. And I'll show you some of our active campaigns, some of the campaigns that did really well, and how we kind of set up the audiences in those campaigns. So let's jump right into it. The first thing you're going to need is a Meta Business Portfolio. If you don't have one already, you can just Google Meta Business Portfolio. You'll find this article, and you can come in here, click the link, or follow this tutorial, and you should be in business. Once you have your Meta portfolio, you will come to a page like this. This is our crowdsourced business portfolio, and here you have users, you have partners, system users. At the moment we're on business settings, so if you just look for the gear icon and go to settings, you should come up with a page like this. There's pages, Instagram accounts, data sources, so pixels and data sets. And that's really all we're going to use. So it can be extremely overwhelming. If this is the first time you're in the business portfolio, there's loads of different menus and loads of different options, but just don't be scared. Just go and explore. Follow along with this tutorial, and we'll just show you the essentials. So, you'll only really be using people, partners, pages, ad accounts, Instagram accounts. You're probably using WhatsApp accounts if you're doing the bird setup, and then pixels and data sets. And that's it. We're on business settings. We're going to the ads manager to set up the campaigns. We go into the audiences to create the audiences, and we go in the events manager to look at the pixels. And that's it. It's very, very powerful. Once you get the hang of it, it's simple. All of the other platforms, ads managers, are based on Meta. So if you can understand Meta and how to run ads and create audiences on Meta, then TikTok is exactly the same, Snapchat's exactly the same, X is the same, Google's a little bit different, Pinterest and LinkedIn, they all follow the same structure of kind of campaigns, ad sets and ads, and it's really easy to pick up one once you know Meta. So where shall we begin? So let's have a look at people first of all. So unless you're a lone wolf, there's probably going to be other people inside your organization, and what you can do is just invite them in. So invite people, add in their email, then you can assign them access. So I can give Elliot at eventmarketingacademy.co access, basic access. That's fine. If if this is your business partner or your ads manager, then give them full access. Or if they're a finance manager, then maybe they just need financial access. But we're going to just stick as basic. And then you have to assign assets to each user. So we have pages, we have ad accounts. So within each business portfolio is an ad account, and the ad account will have payment methods. So if you're like a big organization and you have different brands, then you might have a different ad account for each brand, different payment method for each brand. Apps, so we're not really using apps that much. Pixels we use, Instagram accounts we use, and WhatsApp accounts we use. So when a user is added, you have to assign them the assets they can use. Otherwise, anyone can come in and just automatically have access to all the assets. So I'm just going to give access to Event Marketing Academy and Crowdsource. And most of the time, for running ads, you just need ads. Insights is useful if you want to, understand the audience of a page. Content, so you want to create, this is more like organic stuff. If you kind of own these pages, then you'll give content. Most of these pages we only have ad access anyway, so we won't be able to give content permissions. You can just give everything, which is fine, because I'm just going to give everything in terms of pages. Ad accounts, I'm going to assign just the crowdsourced ad account, and again, manage campaigns. It's kind of like the minimum you'll need. Manage ad accounts if this person needs to be an admin. And we can ignore apps, pixels. Again, we need to assign where's our add source pixel? Not appearing. We can come back and find that one. I think it's because it's a data set now, not just a pixel. Instagram accounts. You come and assign Instagram accounts. That's the Instagram account is linked to a Facebook page, therefore we don't need to assign it. And then WhatsApp accounts. In the bird lesson, we set up the WhatsApp profile for Event Marketing Academy. So again, I'll give full access. And if you don't give access to the user, they're just going to come into the business manager and not be able to see anything. If you don't give them access to the pages, then they're not going to be able to create audiences from the pages or run ads from the pages. Same with the WhatsApp account. Or if they're not in the ad account, they're not going to be able to see the campaigns or set up campaigns in the ad account. Or if they don't have access to the pixel, then they're not going to be able to use that pixel or make audiences from that pixel. So make sure that you always assign the relevant access, and even to yourself as well. Every time you get access to a new page or you create something new, you need to assign access to yourself. So here we'll send the invitation, and then that email will just receive an invitation from Meta. They go through, fill in the details, and they'll be in the business portfolio. Partners. So for some campaigns, you're going to be sharing assets. Again, some people don't like to share direct access to a Facebook page. Say they want to give you access to give you access to some audiences or some pixels. Instead of giving you direct access, they can set up a partnership request, and then they can share the assets that way and then revoke access afterwards. So here it's a bit more advanced, but if you need to, you can give a partner access to your assets, or you can ask a partner to assign you to their assets. So we don't need this for now, but it's just worth knowing. Pages, you'll see a lot of pages in here because obviously we run campaigns on behalf of a lot of event promoters. But you do need a primary business page. So you need like a Facebook page which is active and kind of verified, and you need to attach a primary business page to your business manager before you can do anything else, before you can send requests or before you can run any sorts of ads. So once you have this primary business page connected, you'll see the people that have access, you'll see the connected assets. So you can also connect the Instagram account to the Facebook page. You can connect other business assets. I don't think there's anything in here not really that relevant. You can assign a partner to give partner access, or you can give your employees access to this page. And once you have your own page, you can then request access to other pages. So a lot of the success of event marketing, especially in music, is because you get access to these DJs, you get access to their pages. Their pages are connected to Instagram. You can create audiences based on their Instagram followers. Exactly. So your ads go exactly to their Instagram followers. You create lookalikes based on their Instagram followers. So it all just works so well. It's the reason why we spend 99% of all budgets inside of Meta. But to get access to a new page, you can request shared access to a Facebook page. So you come in here, you add in the Facebook page, and then you click. So let's just search for, imagine we were working with Boiler Room. Come in here. And this is typical meta glitching. Okay, maybe not. By the way, Meta is an extremely glitchy platform. You'll come to know you'll have many glitches, things will break, things will not be as they appear. So once you select a page, you come in, all you want is ads access, insights, not necessarily, but good if you can get it. And you hit confirm, and then you let the admin of that page know, and they can go to their page roles and they can give you access. Now, If you do this a lot and it's causing you issues getting access all the time, there is a platform called Leadsy where you can share this, share just one link with people and they can grant access to the pages in one click, and it makes the whole thing a breeze. When we discovered this as an agency, it was a real game changer. So that one's for you. Okay, once you've done pages, add accounts. So if this is your first time in the business portfolio, you'll need to create an ad account. So this is our crowdsource one. So you add a new ad account, create a new ad account, and in there you add your currency, your time zone, and your payment details. And again, once you create this, you need to assign people to this ad account to be able to use it. If you edit, you go to edit, you can change the business method, you can change the payment method. Yeah, so if you have multiple brands, you might need one ad account per brand, or most companies it's fine to have, just one ad account per business is fine. Instagram accounts as well. If your Instagram and Facebook page isn't connected and you want to add Instagram accounts in here, say you haven't even got a Facebook page for your Instagram account, a lot of people, that's the reality. You can just come in here, add your Instagram account by logging in. And then once it's connected, again, assign yourself and assign your team members to these Instagram accounts so that you can use them. That's kind of all you need for the business portfolio settings. Again, WhatsApp accounts will be in here if you need to come in and access the WhatsApp accounts. See the Event Marketing Academy account in here, and if you need to go through to the WhatsApp manager, you can click here. That's where you can kind of edit your WhatsApp profile, your description, your photo. You can do all there. As you can see, my name, Event Marketing Academy, got rejected, so I wonder why. We can try Elliot from EMA. Let's see if it likes that. That's it, kind of your setup of users and accounts. So we can now go into data sources, and we'll talk about pixels and data sets. So pixels used to live here. I think they moved everything to data sets. So we'll see if this redirects us. Yeah, so you only have like a few pixels in here. We made some changes. Find your meta pixel assets, go to the data sources, and then select data sets. So I want to go to data sets instead. And here you'll see all the pixels. So there should be crowdsourced pixels in here. And again, make sure that you assign the right people to the pixel. Crowdsourced pixel. I'm going to assign myself. So Elliot, then Marketing Academy, just full control of the pixel. So that's me. I'm also going to create a new pixel for the Event Marketing Academy. So it's a new data set. So we now have a new data set, and you'll notice that nobody is assigned to it, and there's no connected assets, which means no one would be able to see it. So I'm going to add myself, full control. Done, and then connect assets. Let's see if there's any assets we need to connect. So we can connect this to the ad account. So we connect to the crowdsource ad account. It's a very crucial step, actually. Make sure you do this, otherwise the pixel might not show up. So that pixel is set up. So now we can open this in Events Manager and we can see more settings. there are just a few settings to be aware of when you're setting up your pixel. And just to let you know, Meta does normally take a while to load everything. I do have the page open here from earlier. So we have crowdsource pixels. So this is the crowdsource pixel, the BWR pixel. So we have 2 pages here. So Event Marketing Academy. Let's just have a look at the overview. Test events, diagnostics. So if you're having issues, they'll show up in diagnostics. And let's just run through some of the settings. Most of the settings you can leave the same, but there are just, I think it's just 1 or 2 that you need to be aware of. If you need to share it with any business manager accounts, you can do that here. As you can see, it's shared with the ad account. We want advanced matching, turn that on. Event setup tool, we can ignore. We'll come back to this conversions API and set it up with Stape. And there we'll need to generate the access token. And then here is the allow list and block list. So you want to create an allow list. So this is just the domains which your pixel will be allowed on. Did that work? Okay, now list. Eventmarketingacademy.co. Next. Confirm. Okay, so that's on the allow list. So now if somebody else puts their pixel, your pixel ID, which is public, on their event, on their website, it won't send data, which is lovely. So I'm just going to show you what like an active pixel looks like. This is the crowdsource pixel. So as you can see, when we come into just the overview, we can see all the activity. We can go back 28 days max when looking at the pixel activity. When we're actually targeting and we're creating an audience, we can go back 180 days. So we can see the different events. So page view, complete registration, initiate checkout. Now, how pixels work. So the pixel is a little bit of code which is embedded on a website. And when you load the website, you will see here the pixel initiates and it fires. I'll just show you the code. Don't be overwhelmed, but it's a little bit of code that goes in the header. It's a little script, probably one of these. No, that's the TikTok. So it's this little bit of code here. And what it is, it's basically loads in an external script. It initiates the pixel with your ID here, and then it tracks the event page view. So this is like a function. It tracks page view when the page loads. Now, as you can see with the Meta Pixel Helper, there's our ID, and it tracks the event page view. And there's loads of different events that you can track for, standardized events for Meta. And the most common ones are that we use in event marketing are page view. And then on registration pages, we'd fire a complete registration event. And then on a ticketing platform, you'll normally have an add to cart, an initiate checkout, and a purchase. So these are the events that you can optimize your campaigns for, and these are the events that you can create audiences from. So with crowdsource, because this isn't an event pixel, this is our actual website pixel. So we're just getting mostly page views and complete registrations. If I showed you a specific pixel that actually has purchases. As you can see, this pixel has a lot of page views, complete registrations, view content, add to cart, purchase, initiate checkout, add payment info. So for each of these events, you can click through to them. So we can click through to page view. And we can view some more details. So we can view data source. We can view the URLs. So we can see which URLs the pixel's on. We can see which domains the pixel's on. We can see the devices where the pixel is firing and if it's been used in any SDKs. And here you can see event coverage, event quality, event deduplication, data freshness, all the sort of stuff that you can just have a look at. And there is a great little Chrome plugin called Meta Pixel Helper. So if you just Google Meta Pixel Helper Chrome extension, you can add this to Chrome and then you can check basically what events are firing on each page. So you'll notice if we go to an event tree page, go to some of my history, tree. This is an event that's on registration now. So you'll notice the pixel fires page view, and then as soon as we sign up, the event fires complete registration. Now, if we go to, say, a ticketing page, so if we go to RA, I'm going to go on Labyrinth for this because I know that their pixels set up good. So you come to this page, you'll see page view. If you go to buy tickets, you'll see that you have to log in. If we're on buy tickets, let's just remove this one. Should we hit buy tickets again? Should work now. So we see you get the initiate checkout. And then when you come to purchase, you would see the purchase event been fired. So that's how the pixel works. You'll probably notice, as soon as you go onto any web page, if you go and look at a pair of trainers, and then you'll notice 5 minutes later when you're scrolling through Instagram that pair of trainers, there's an ad for those. Well, that's the pixel. We use it to track conversions, and we also use it to retarget. So we can target ads to anyone which has landed on a registration page or a ticketing page or a website page. So that's kind of it with Pixel. If you do want to set up your conversion API, view Stape, there is, in the lesson notes, there is a link to it, but it's stape.io, and it's very simple. You can come in and do the Meta Conversions API gateway. Just follow the instructions, and as soon as you're set up, you'll be getting, 13% cost per action improvement, 7% increase in the number of conversions measured. So it's pretty technical. You can do your own research if you want to know more about it, but it's there for you if you need it. So now that we have gone through pixels and we've gone through kind of business portfolio setup, we can now jump more into the ads manager, and we can have a look at audiences. So what I'll do is run through the different types of audiences which are available to you in Meta. There's 3 different types: customs, lookalikes, and saved. So custom audiences, as Meta says, connect with people who have already shown an interest in your business and product. So you have sources, your sources, which are kind of data points which happen off Meta, and you have the meta sources. So these are data points which happen kind of on Facebook and Instagram and Threads as they start to add it in as well. So the main ones we'll use are website, customer list, and then on Meta, video, Instagram, lead form if you're running lead form campaigns, events, Facebook page. and you can ignore the other ones, then more kind of e-commerce and offline focused. But for website, we've just talked about the pixel. So the website, you can target people. It's only showing me one pixel. Why? Oh, I'm in the wrong account. Crowdsource. Always make sure you're in the correct business manager, because it will randomly switch you between them when you change pages. Good old Meta. So here we can create custom from website. So based on website visitors from a meta pixel. So crowdsource pixel. So you can do either all website visitors, people that have visited specific web pages, visitors by time spent, or people that have completed specific events. You can go all the way back to 180 days. So you can do your website visitors 180 days, or you can do 30 days. Depends how fresh you want the data to be. So here, we could just do crowdsource website visitors 180 days. Great. Or if we wanted to do crowdsource complete registration, do that, complete registration 180 days. So let's just create that one. The next type is customer list. So if you have a mailing list, you have emails and phone numbers, you can upload them straight to Meta. It'll hash the data and it will match it with users. So say you've got a mailing list of 1,000 people, you've just got emails, I'd say you might get a 40-50% match, so 400 to 500 users. If you've got phone numbers, then maybe up to 70% match. So you come in here and you just basically upload a CSV or import it from MailChimp, or you can just like paste in data from a CSV and it will match. And once you have those identifiers, map your identifiers, you can upload and you can basically target people who are your exact customers. So great if you've got loads of people that attended the last event, you've got loads of people that signed up for this event, you can just target them. People that sign up for the event, you can just target them with purchase ads consistently throughout the campaign. Next one is video. So we're onto the on meta sources now. So you create an audience of people that have watched one or more of your videos. And here, we can do 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 25, 50, 75, 95%. So say you've got like an after movie from last year and you want to target the people that watch 95% of it, the hardcore fans. This is how you do it. So you can do 95%. Select videos. You can either do videos from videos that you've posted organically on Facebook or on Instagram, or you can choose videos from previous ad campaigns. So it'll just take a while to load. Once it's loaded, you can do Instagram professional account, Facebook page, campaign, and you can then just select. Let's see if we've got any. You can just select multiple videos in here, hit confirm, give it a name, and that's your video views audience. Know that you should, if you're using video view audiences, then make sure that if you set up a campaign with a new video, that you come in and edit this audience and add that new video, as it's not going to auto update. Next up is Instagram account. So you can basically target people that have followed this account, have engaged with this account, visited, engaged with any post, sent a message, or saved a post. So I normally create 2 audiences, one which is engaged in the last 365 days, and one is people who follow. And that's normally coded as like name and then kind of IGE 365 or IGF. That's how I keep everything clean. Lead form. If you've ran a lead campaign, I know we talked about lead campaigns briefly in the perfect pre-sale, but you can set up instant forms, which are the forms which you fill in on Meta, on Facebook or Instagram without leaving. You've probably filled one of these in before. So you can create an audience of people which opened the form. don't think we've got any forms on here. Yeah, you can do, anyone that opened the form, opened it but didn't submit, or opened it and submitted. So it kind of, it's the same as having an external form and then targeting people based on the pixel. So yeah, useful if you're running those on-platform campaigns. Events, if you set up a Facebook event, I know that the younger demographic now, Facebook isn't what it used to be, and not a lot of Facebook events are going up, but with the older demographic, Facebook's still a huge thing, and you can target anyone that has responded going or interested to a Facebook event, responded going, responded interesting, visited the page, and there's some also other audiences for ticket flows, which is only if the event has been integrated with Eventbrite and people. So you can only go back 365 days. So, in the past, this was great because when everyone was using Facebook events, you could just select anyone that pressed go in on all the Facebook events for a venue in the last year, and you've got this crazy audience, but it's not that useful anymore. Facebook page is similar to Instagram account. So again, people that liked your page, engage with your page, engage with any post, clicked any call to action, saved any post. Note that the liked audiences, some of these audiences go back 15 years now, so it's not the most accurate data if you're using the like audiences, but we still kind of use them for a lot of the campaigns. And they're the kind of main custom audiences we use, so website, customer list, video, Instagram account, events, Facebook page, and that will be the foundation to event marketing. Okay, now that we've done custom audiences, next up we have lookalikes. So from all of the custom audiences that we created, you can create a lookalike audience based on that source. What a lookalike audience does, it finds similar users which share similar characteristics in the same region. So you can either create a lookalike audience and select the source. Here, you can search for the source. So crowdsource pixel. That's fine. Website, select an event, purchase. Okay, maybe it doesn't like that one. Let's do crowdsource, event marketing. Okay. So we could do crowdsource Instagram engagement 365 days. Let's see if this will work. United Kingdom. And with lookalikes, you have a scale. So 0 to 1% is the most similar. So that's 536,000 accounts. And you go all the way up to 10%, which is 10% similarity. Still similar, but not as similar as the 0 to 1. And you can create multiple at the same time. So we could create these four, create audience. And these are pretty effective, I would say, especially when you use it on Instagram followers, Instagram engagement, mailing lists. You are finding people as similar to the people that are attending your events. So once you've done your lookalikes, I'd recommend creating, if you create your customs, say you've got a brand or you've booked a DJ and you've created the Instagram followers, the Instagram engagement, Facebook likes, and the Facebook engagement. Then create a 1% lookalike of each in the location, and then we're going to plug that into a saved audience. Now, the thing to note with lookalike audiences is you need to have at least 1,000 people in that location. So I need at least 1,000 people that have engaged with the crowdsource Instagram in the UK to be able to create a lookalike audience of that in the UK. So if you don't, then you'll get a warning from Meta. So once you've done your customs and your lookalikes, now we're going to go on to saved audiences. So, these custom audiences, when you do, someone that's engaged with a Facebook account or has followed an Instagram page, that is global. That is, you've got 100,000 followers, that audience is 100,000, and that's global, which is great, but we're event marketers and our event is in London and we want to target their followers in London. So that's where saved audiences come in. So saved audiences, we're taking in our sources and then we're defining it using age, gender, location. And as soon as you come to saved audience, the first thing you want to do is at the bottom here, make sure you click switch to original audience options. That just gives you a lot more flexibility. So maybe we want to do like the crowdsource fans in London. So we would come in and we'd get the crowdsource customs, and you want the crowdsource Facebook engagement, Facebook likes, Instagram followers, Instagram engagement. You can exclude other audiences as well. So say you wanted to exclude people that were already on the mailing list or had been on the website already. Locations, you can do cities, regions. So you could do United Kingdom, or you can do Europe region, or you can do London. Note that if you select a city, you can only go down to 17 kilometers. Whereas if you drop a pin on the map, you can go down to 1 kilometer. And again, you can create exclusions here. So you can hit exclude, drop a pin on the map, say you don't want people in East Ham, put that down to 2 kilometers. I'm not sure how often you'd use exclusions, but it's good to know how to use them. And you can do, so cities, countries, locations, places as well. So E1, nightclub, Fabric London place, that's a nightclub. So you can do places as well. Ages, you can go 13. I don't think you'd be targeting 13-year-olds, but 18 all the way up to 65 plus. I always find that if you're targeting the fans of someone, if it's fans of a DJ, then go up to like 55, 60, because there are a few people which will still come that are older. And then it's good to try and work out your average age, and then maybe do like anywhere from 5 to 8 years either side. So if you've got ticket data that your last event that the average age was 30, then for most of your audiences, you might want to do like 25 to 35 or 23 to 38, and then you're getting a bit more of an accurate spread of relevant people. So you can do gender, men, women, and then languages. So here, maybe English if you want to refine by that. So you can set up different ads to different languages. If you're, say, doing an event in Spain and you want to do an English ad to English people and Spanish ad to Spanish people, you can do that. And then you have detailed targeting. So this is demographic interests or behaviors. And it's annoying because you can't really see it. It always cuts it off at the bottom of the screen. Basically, you can then filter by interests or demographics. So say I fall into one of these audiences, say this is 10,000 people, and then it's also people that are interested in specific things, and there's a lot of interest you can choose. They're kind of like big categories. So with music, there's like the big publications and the big DJs and the big festivals, their interest, but it's not going to have everything. So you need to kind of search and check which ones you can actually target. There's also things like behaviors, like frequent international travelers, or there's employees or job titles. So I don't know, marketing manager, someone that's put marketing manager as their job title. Or there's, what else is there? Universities. So I went to the University of Manchester. So you can target people that have that as their school or university. So you can kind of combine some stuff here, but how we normally use it is we normally leave these blank when we're using customs or lookalikes as the source. But then we'd also get rid of these and have no source. So you could see now that the size of the audience, when you have customs or customs or lookalikes, you can't see the size of the audience for data protection purposes. But when it's just a location, so you want to do 13 kilometers of London, 5.5 to 6.5 million people. Now, if we want to target people that only like drum and bass, then that goes down to 500,000. If it's like you want people that drum and bass and techno, 879,000 to 1 million. If you wanted, sorry, that's drum and bass or techno. So if you wanted drum and bass and techno, you hit narrow, and then it's kind of like an overlap of both, and then that's 391,000. So what we normally do is we have like a list of audience groups, and I'll put this in the lesson notes, and it's kind of a list, especially for music, it's a list of like all these interests which are associated with specific genres. Let me just see if I can find it. Okay, so this is the sheet, and these are like comma separated. So say we're doing a business techno event, as we call it. So we can just copy all these. We can go back into here and we can just paste these straight in, and it will automatically match them. So you've got all these interests, and that is 169,000 people in London. I'll share a link to the sheet because it's pretty useful. And yeah, so we normally do a combination. When we set up a campaign, we'll do a combination of, say it's a music event, we'll do fans of the promoter and their mailing list. We'll do fans of each of the DJs. We'll do lookalikes of the promoters, lookalikes of the DJs, and then we'll do a list of these different interest targets. So we might do like 5 different ones, and there's also some like lifestyle ones we have as well, like frequent travelers and high-end fashion and stuff that we just kind of split test at the start of a campaign. I think you're having here like labels, festivals and venues, so it takes a while to research all these to find the ones that work, but now that we've got the list, it's kind of plug and play every time we do a new campaign. So that's it with saved audiences. I'll provide a full list of like all the audiences you can create or should create for a campaign. There's a big detailed Notion document that goes along with this lesson, which is way more detailed than the actual video. So make sure you read through that. And this is just a preview into that document. So when you get to the audience section, so here this is a list of audiences that I would create for your event. So you've got all the customs, all the lookalikes based on the customs, and then all the saved audiences, which tell you which customs and lookalikes are in each saved audience. Hopefully that makes sense. For now, we'll get onto the campaigns. So we've done audiences, and now we've gone to the campaign section. So yeah, just press the kind of grid icon. In the top left here, campaigns, and you can see the campaigns that we've had running, and you hit the big green button to create a campaign. So just know that the way that all ads managers are set up, you have campaigns, ad sets, and ads. So you have multiple campaigns, they have different objectives. Your ad sets are your targeting and your placements. So who's the ad going to be shown to, where's it going to be shown, and then the ads are the actual creative ads. So the image, the video, the caption, who's it from, the URL, the call to action. So we can just go over an overview of the different campaign objectives that we use. So we use everything here apart from app promotion because we're not trying to get app installations. So awareness campaigns. These campaigns are great for just reaching people with subliminal messages. They're normally quite cheap, but don't expect people to click out or expect people to do something or engage. It's solely get that message in front of that user. So this is great for kind of teaser campaigns or ticket warnings or just kind of pre-announcements. So if you're when you're doing a teaser campaign, say you want to target everyone that follows a page in the UK, you can just do an awareness campaign of like, my next UK event coming soon. And you don't want people to do anything. You just want them to think about it. You just want to get that into their mind and get them thinking about it. Same with ticket messaging. Like, you can just say tickets are about to sell out. You don't want people to then and there go and buy the ticket straight from the ad, but you want them to think about it, and then maybe 2 days later they go and buy a ticket. It's also good for like teasing, new announcement coming this week, and just getting it out. It's really cheap, really effective, and it's great used in combination. Traffic campaigns, you normally have link, click, and landing page view. We always optimize for landing page view, but you need the pixel installed on the page that you're sending the traffic to, so that's a prerequisite. And we always use this for the on-sale campaigns. Our kind of strategy is to drive as many people to the ticketing page or the website page as possible, and then we retarget them with different campaigns as time goes on. Engagement, this is good if you've got you've got an organic post which is done really well. Say it's a big announcement for your event, and you want to boost the engagement, you want to get more likes, comments, shares. When you normally set up this campaign, it'll appear like at the top of the feed. So people that are just logging in will see this. They're more likely to engage. It's also good for event response campaigns as well, if you want to drive Facebook event responses. Leads, again, if you're doing an on-platform registration, you can set up a lead campaign here. App promotion we'll ignore. And then sales we use for complete registration objective and purchase objective. So in the pre-sale, we'll spend most of the budget on a sales campaign with a pre-registration, a complete registration objective. And then as we go on sale, we'll have a low budget daily sales campaign with a purchase objective, which is retargeted towards people that have shown an interest in the event. So as you come through, the different objectives have slightly different settings. These are all outlined in the document as well. As you come through, you have your campaign. Always give it a code. So we were pretending we were doing a EMA festival, which is Event Marketing Academy Festival 2025. You can do it like that, or you might want to code it like the actual date. So if we did 2025 10/10 EMA Festival, that way you can actually sort your ads by date. It's always good to have a tag like this for each of your events, so you can easily search through in the Ads Manager and see the total cost and results per event. Advantage campaign plus budget. So this is, you can either choose to set the budget at a campaign level, at which point Meta will automatically distribute your budget to the best performing ad sets, but we like to leave this off, and we like to tweak the ad sets ourselves and set the budgets ourselves based on our experience and intuition. So if you go through to ad sets with awareness, with reach campaign, you have to select a Facebook page. If we switch to traffic campaigns, you'll see on traffic campaigns we have to choose what we're optimizing for, which is landing page views. If we go to engagement campaigns, when we're in the ad set, we choose whether we're optimizing for video views or post engagement. If we're doing leads, then when we go into the ad set, we choose the conversion location. So, it'd probably be an instant form or WhatsApp, start a chat on WhatsApp. If we change the objective to sales, then we would see the objective we want to optimize for. So here it would be complete registration, or it would be it would be purchase. So if we're doing a pre-registration campaign, we want to optimize for complete registration. If we're doing an on-sale purchase campaign, we want to optimize for purchase. Great. And then in our report, it will say cost per purchase. This is how many purchases this campaign, this ad set, this ad had. Perfect. So here, we can stick with, like, imagine we're doing a big pre-registration campaign, complete registration. Next up, you have your budget and your schedule. So at the moment, we are doing, it's our budget, campaign budget. So at the moment, I think campaign budget optimization is on, which means we don't have the option here, but we want to do ad set budget. So we come to the ad set and we say, okay, this campaign, we have daily budgets or lifetime budgets. So daily budget of 20 or a lifetime budget of, 350. So if you do lifetime budget and you say you do between a month, it won't spend any more than that during the month. Some days it might spend 50, some days it might spend 10, and that's based on, Meta knowing, more users are going to be online on a Tuesday than a Saturday, so I'm going to spend more money on a Tuesday rather than Saturday. Daily budget works out kind of an average. So if it's £20 a day, maximum daily spend is £35, but it'll never go over like your daily budget times 7 per week. Now with daily budgets, you can budget scheduling. So you can schedule budget increases. So say you want to increase your daily budgets around payday. So you can say, okay, payday last Friday of the month, maybe from the Wednesday to the following Wednesday for that week, I want to increase the daily budget by 100%. I want to double it. And then you could do, 2 weeks later, you halve it. That's how you do budget increases. Ad scheduling will run all the time, but if you switch back to lifetime budget, now you have ad scheduling. So maybe you only want to run your ads Monday to Friday, 12 till 10. So you can get rid of all these. Or say you're a nightclub and you only operate on Fridays and Saturdays. Maybe you just want to run your ads here on this block, 4 p.m. till midnight. Or say that you really want to mess around with people's dreams and you want to only show them ads at 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. when people are on their phones late. You can play around with this. I don't really use it that much because we do a lot of daily budgets, but it's good to know that you can do it. So there's your budget. So maybe we'll just set this one up as £50 a day and end date. Always make sure you put an end date. Always make sure that the end date is when your event ends. The amount of times that we overspend, it's just hilarious. Audiences, so you can come in here again. Advantage Plus is on, so watch out for this. Make sure that we define our own audience. Where's the option gone? Let's do saved audience. And just select any audience in here, saved audience, so artist engagement. Switch setup, yeah. So it's changed the ads. So make sure your audience is, you've got your saved audience, which includes all your customs. So that's fine. Placements here, again, Advantage Plus is on. So you want to have a look at the different placements that you can use. Switch to devices, platforms, placements. So here you can choose specific devices. You can do mobile or desktop. You could say, I only want to target people on an iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is interesting because we have different kind of targeting for people which are high value. So, if you've got the latest iPhone Pro Max, you're probably in a certain income bracket. But yeah, we can just leave. We don't normally update this Also only connected to Wi-Fi. You might want to test with it, but we normally just leave it. Platforms. So here you can customize which platforms you want to go for. So say we just want to do Instagram. We turn off everything but Instagram. And then it shows us all the Instagram placements. So if you hover over, it kind of shows you what it looks like. You can open, you go Instagram stories, Instagram reels, profile reels. So you should choose exactly what you want here. You might want to only run ads on reels, or only run ads on stories, or only on feeds. So it's up to you. So once you've got your ad set sorted, so let's just say fans. So you go festival, you got fans. You're on the left, you notice it's kind of like Russian dolls. And then you come to your creative. So here, you do artwork or add one. I've got some ad creative just as an example. So you come in, you choose your Facebook page, your Instagram account. You can do a partnership ad if you've got like another identity. So I could do Event Marketing Academy. So crowdsource X Event Marketing Academy. You can upload your creative. So here's single image or video. Is it going to let me do it? So creative, image ad. We can skip all this. So it's just a load of additional stuff we don't need. Media, let's just upload. Okay, so imagine this is a kind of a ticket warning ad. So we can upload story version, a feed version, and then a vertical version. So we can replace that with the vertical version. Hit next. Primary text, buy tickets to my event. And you can add multiple text options here if you want. Add the headline, final first release. Add testimonials now. You can add call to action. So say we want to sign up. And then you can be overwhelmed by all this AI nonsense. So make sure you just skip this and continue. Make sure to turn off all optimizations. Otherwise, you're just going to get random cropping. You're going to get random music. It's going to be an absolute mess. And you're going to have your clients complain that that is not the ad they approved. Make sure you're linking to a website. So again, you could link to an Eventry website here. I'm also seeing catalog items for some reason. Media. So again, you've got like all this random AI generated captions. Keep that unselected. Headline, testimonial, turned on. See all these random catalog items. Turn it off. Site links, turn it off. You can add relevant comments. That's fine. The rest of them just turn off. And then when you come down to your tracking, make sure you've selected your pixel, and it will show green if it's kind of firing data. So that's kind of your ad setup. You can customize for different placements here. So if you want to change all of your story assets, or if you want to customize a particular asset, you can come in here, you can crop it, you can change the information, you can change the story placement. Just make sure that you turn your enhancements off. And then when you want to create a new ad, you can just come in here and duplicate, or you can do Command C, Control C, Command V, Control V, and duplicate. So then you have, add to. And then if you need to like edit multiple ads at the same time, you can hold Shift or Command or Control to multiple select. So then you're editing 2 ad sets at once. So if you want to change the caption for both of them, or change the URL for both of them, or change placement for both of them, you can do that here. And then you can, again, do the same thing with your ad sets. So you might have your fans, your lookalikes, and then your interests. So you come in. What I normally do is create all the ad sets first, and then create the ads inside one ad set, and then duplicate that to all the different ad sets. So here I'm just command selecting. I'm just going to delete these. You know, I'd come in and create maybe 10 different audiences. Then once I've set up my creative, I shift select them all or command select them all. Command C, select all the different ad sets, holding command, and then command V, and then it pastes everything. And then you can like select the top one, hold shift, select the bottom one, which selects them all, or click and hold command and select them all. And then you need to publish them all bottom right at the same time. And then your campaigns are live. So I know it's quite quick to blast through all that. It's best to just explore, have a look through, have a look at the different audience options, have a look at the different options per campaign objective, and then yeah, set up your ad sets and set up your ads. And in the lesson notes, you know, there's a complete guide on how we'd set this up. So check that out, and let's get on to the next part. Okay, so you set up your campaigns, your ad sets and your ads, your campaign's been running, everything's been going well, and now you want to check in the performance. So let's have a look at some previous campaigns just to see how they did. Always make sure that you're on maximum, otherwise you might not see any results. So maximum, or if you want to just check the last 7 days, then you just select it up here. Now by default, we have a few columns. You know, we have the campaign name, have some results, reach, impressions, cost per result, amount spent. It's okay, it's not too much, but we want to see a bit more. So you can come into the columns here, customize the columns, and we want to go through and select loads of different metrics. So we want to see the frequency, we want to see clicks, cost per click, click-through rate. We want to see cost CPM, so cost per 1,000 impressions. We want to see engagement, so page engagement, post comments, post reactions. That's useful. Let's also see the clicks. So we want standard events. Okay, I'm just going to search for the other ones because we want landing page views, so the total and the cost. We want complete registrations completed, so total and the cost. And we also want purchase, which is we want the purchase ROAS and purchase total, value, and cost. So now we've got loads of metrics. Make sure to save this as a column preset. Just call this detailed columns and hit save. And now if you scroll to the right, we have all these metrics now, which are useful. Frequency, clicks, page engagement, post comments, post reactions, landing page views, cost per landing page view, registrations, cost per registration, ROAS, purchases. So you've got loads of metrics there to actually understand what's going on with your campaigns. You can also have a breakdown, so by day, by placement, by age. So for the placement, we can see, we're looking at this registration campaign, so we can see that, I'll move this up here, the majority, 862, came from, so we had 862 registrations from the feed, 998 from Instagram stories. Interesting. So Instagram profile feed, not much, 10, Facebook feed, 152. So not much there. Other breakdowns, we can see age. Again, registrations by age. Majority come in 25 to 34. We can do demographics, we can do gender. So it's a pretty even split there, male and female, 1,000 to 1,200. And then you can also see things like country. So I imagine most of this is UK. UK. 2,300 and a few others. And yeah, there's a few others. You can look at delivery, so time of day, viewers time zone, when did most people sign up. Doesn't want to give us that information. No worries. But they're your kind of breakdowns. So you can always come in here, actually understand how past campaigns worked and utilize that for the future. And another thing to note is rules. So rules are automated, so we can kind of manage our rules externally. And these are good if you just want to, if you're not really looking at your ads manager multiple times a day, but you'd want to complete specific actions based on certain criteria. So say you're doing a pre-registration campaign and you have a target cost that you don't want any of your registrations to be over £3. So anything that's kind of over £3 that's been running for at least an hour, it has at least, say, let's call it over £3 registration. You can apply this to all active ad sets action. So you want to turn off the ad sets. So say you want to make sure that you don't want it to do it like right away. So maybe if the spend's over £15 and the cost per result is greater than £3 and lifetime impressions over 8. What's it saying? Yeah, so it says recommend wait until it's reached 8,000 people because it needs to practice and learn, so that's fine. Time range maximum, and you want this to run like every 30 to 60 minutes, and you can also choose to get a notification, or you can maybe run it once a day, but something like this every 30 to 60 minutes is great. And something went wrong. Conditions conditions not available for rules. Condition change for action applied to campaigns only. Okay, didn't like that one. Let's try again. Spend is greater than. Let's just do impressions. Lifetime impressions greater than 8,000, and cost. More active ad sets. Turn off ad sets. We don't want a notification. Spend cost. Why is it not? Cost per result is not available for this rule when action turns off. Turns on. Still recording. Is this not working? No, thanks. Okay, well, it doesn't want to work here, so maybe try it in your own time, but we can just do an increased budget one. Increased budget by 20% if customer registration is good. Good. So let's just increase daily budget by 20%. Maximum daily budget cap, £100. So if the cost per result is smaller than 50p. And there we go, we have a rule. You can come back here and you can then, apply an existing rule to a campaign if you need to. So that's rules. And the last thing we're going to cover in this lesson is just looking at some campaigns that worked and how they were set up. So this was a DJ Heartstring campaign We're just going to go through the launch registration campaign because it sold out instantly. So this was a sales campaign with complete registration objective. Now in here we had loads of different audiences. So we have, we can go through them. So Roundhouse, actually let's just do it here. So DJ Heartstring fans EU, their fans UK excluding London, customs, which are similar pages we have access to in England, DJ Heartstring fans in England excluding London, lookalikes of previous customer data, actual customer data, interests, fashionistas interests, genre interests, other interests, festival interests. So these are all those like saved audience interests. DJ Heartstring lookalikes, Origin Sound, which is one of the partners, so their fans, DJ Heartstring fans in London, customs in London, Roundhouse, which is the venue in London, and then some other prospecting campaigns as well. You can see like how the results spread. So, you know, and the budget's £20, £1 a day, £20 a day, and we would have tweaked these every morning. And you can see, you know, we're getting registrations from all the different ad sets. Obviously, the one that got the most is their fans in London, then the DJ's fans in UK, then customer data, then one of the promoters, and then some similar customs, and then, you know, all these prospecting audiences and lookalikes, they all get pretty good results. So the overall cost here of a registration, you know, is very good. Most of them below 70p, 80p. And we ended up spending, is it going to show me the results? We ended up spending, you know, £1,300 on this, an average of 59p per registration, which is fantastic. 2,343 direct registrations, and then the event ended up selling out pretty quickly. So all these, if you look at the ad sets, so you'll see the audiences are very simple. Locations: UK, London, 30 kilometers, 18 to 45. Custom audiences, so followers, the engagement, the Facebook likes, the Facebook engagement. Very simple. We did that for all, yes, so we did that for their kind of UK fans as well, and we exclude London so there's no overlap, and then we do that for their UK fans. Sorry, we just do that for some Europe fans as well. And, you know, some of the prospecting, you'll just see it's just interest, you know, rave music or trance music. Or if you look at lookalikes, customer data lookalikes, it's just lookalike 1% of their past data. So it's all very simple. And then we'll look at the ads. So let's just jump into one campaign. And these, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 10 different ads here. And you put all the ads into one ad set, and then Meta will allocate the budget to the best performing one. Here, the best performing ones were the artwork here and the artwork here. So you see the difference between, you know, one sort of creative can be 23 pence and another creative can be £7. Like, that's the difference between different audiences and different ads. And all these ads were very simple. And they just linked to the Eventry page. And yeah, you can click advanced preview. You can see them all like it's just a video with an overlay and a call to action. And, you know, you do that with a few variations. You have your artwork variation. There we go. And you have your kind of teaser as well. So we do the teaser campaign like before the event's actually announced. So we get another week of sign-ups, which is another great trick. And that is, yeah, that's kind of the setup for that campaign. Another one which, another campaign which had a pre-sale as well, but then also had an on-sale. So I'll show you what we do for an on-sale. For a pre-sale, we do the same. We have all the different prospecting or the interest-based audiences. We have the customs, we have the fans of the venue and the fans of the artist, both in London and the UK and sometimes Europe. So again, we just split test all these different budgets. So small budgets, and then we just, tweak them, increase them every day, decrease them, whatever's performing well. And again, like the range of ads is the same. It's just video variations. It's just 4 video variations and an artwork variation pointing to an eventuary landing page, which has the pixel installed. It's all very simple. Then once we go on sale, we do the conversion ads and we do the on sale ads. So it's the same sort of setup, same sort of audiences, maybe a few less. We kind of take the ones that worked and we link to the ticketing page. So we do that with traffic, and then we also set up reach ads. That's just to make sure that we reach every last fan of the DJ. And that's on a small budget. And then we do the retargeting ads, which is again on a small budget. And we do hot data as hot data for us is anyone that registered customer list, anyone which viewed any of the previous videos, which is normally 75%, then anyone that's visited either the pre-registration page or a ticketing page. We put that as like, £2-3 a day sales campaign with the purchase objective, and that's it. We let that run, and we just update the creative every week or so. And that's our campaign setup. That's our secret sauce at Crowdsource. So that kind of concludes the video tutorial for the paid media section, paid ad section on Meta. It's quite a lot to process. I've been doing this for 10 years, and yeah, it can be quite overwhelming. Make sure to download the written guide. I'll put it below in the description. And that's got way more detail. It's got all your kind of audience setups. It's completely free. And that should kind of plug any of the gaps and build on the knowledge which we've kind of learned here today. But yeah, hopefully you have a grasp of, how the business portfolio works, what a pixel is, what audiences you can create, what campaign objectives you can create, and then just kind of seeing it in action, seeing how we use this to, sell out thousands of tickets, events of thousands of tickets, and we do this rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you if there is another lesson. I'll see you in the next one. If not, then thank you very much.